Hello, trading is closed on August 30th, 2018. We said yesterday that unless we gapped and promptly took out these highs, lower prices should print. Well, we didn't get the gap today. We said the pattern had an early high, a late high, tended to rally into the close, but if it failed, it would drop in a straight line, like that. We said all the bull had to do to continue to be to gap over these highs. That didn't happen. And all we had to do to invalidate the demarked sell, with a few points leeway, I suppose, be to trade 1 cent over yesterday's close. And that never happened. So the demarked sell is actually still in effect. It doesn't mean it'll work, but there's still a demarked sell signal. It's somewhat positive that after this big drop, we closed over the middle of the day low. What isn't positive is here's the day of the demarked sell. Here's the gap up. We've now closed under this high and every other one of these highs all at once. So that's a rejection of the highs. And to reject the rejection, we really have to overtake this high pretty promptly. During the day, MEJT said ultimately lower and higher prices would print. Said ultimately lower prices would print. That's happened. It says the move is false. Gives us a target of 2910.19, most likely to print tomorrow. But let's not forget, at major changes in trend, MEJT just about always leaves a failed target. So if this is the real deal, that probably won't print. Here's the demarked sell. All we had to do was go over that close by a cent, but that never happened. A lot of these things have failed. This one might fail too, but if we undercut this line, 28.53.53, particularly on a closing basis, I think we can look back at yesterday's high and say that was it for this leg. The demarked thing is dependent upon price, so we have that. It's within 2 days of my date, which is dependent upon time, so we have that. We've drawn all these fib targets. The others haven't really worked, but if we undercut the low of the par that marked the old high, that reinstitutes the 2B sell. You have to take the actual trading range low, which is this close, not that low. This was a chart we showed yesterday. That's a pretty strong trend line. You really have to break over it. If we break over it tomorrow, even without a gap, it's a valid break. We can go higher. That's what I say. To continue the rally, you want to overtake this high pretty soon. Now, what's interesting is just how big this rally is. Here's the rally from the low to the high. The last real strong rally we had like that was back in the late 90s. So we're exactly, or almost exactly, twice as much of a rally here as we had there. This is the 50% line. What that means, I don't know. Just kind of interesting. So we have a higher target. It's at risk of failures when you have a weak pattern where it doesn't close at the high, or at least trade there early tomorrow. Almost always it leads to more weakness. And if we gap under this low tomorrow, which is possible even though it's the pattern with the early high, then this recovery isn't going to mean a thing. We will have taken out a lot of prior all-time highs, and it wouldn't take much, another 50 points or so, to convince me that that high is going to be around for a while. And that's today's call.